Hey everybody, Ezrabar here. So it's been a while since my last upload, and the reason for that was that I was completely out of the country. Oh yeah, well actually, I'll talk about this first since this is all going on. We had a good invade at first, and then we sort of went too deep, including me. I didn't even notice how low she got me from just the auto attacks and stuff. Like I went in and got cut off by those three, and then like I still stuck around when I shouldn't have. I should have like just ghosted out. And it was a horrible start. Anyways, so reasoning. I was in El Salvador. It was a thing with I did a missions trip and tried to do whatever I could, or I don't know. I just went down there with like my church and stuff like that, and I had a good old time. It was beautiful down there, and it's sad to see people who live in such conditions down there. It's a third world country. Anyways, while I was down there, I contracted some type of bug. Basically, they have bacteria in their water and food, and something got through when it was supposed to. All of our stuff was supposed to be clean and whatnot. So basically, I came back sick, and then I got like a cold from my. I might be a little tad loud if I'm talking. There we go. Anyways, I got a contracted cold from my little brother as well, and so like it just got bad, and I actually went to the emergency room today. So I have been a little behind schedule, but anyways, so enough about me being sick and whatnot. Sorry if I cough, sniffle, or whatever. Just comes with the sickness. Anyways, this Spirit Guard Udyr skin is beautiful. Like, I can't even explain how awesome it is. I just love this skin. It is so cool, and it's for one of my favorite characters that I play all the time. I'm gonna use this skin like crazy. I love like all the fighting stances he has, like the Phoenix where he just flows his wings, and then the Turtle where he like does like like defensive blows and stuff like that. Anyways, I know that Elise is still here because I see like that right there. I was assuming she was in Tribush and she left, but then she gave me vision right there. And then yeah, and then I don't even know what Jax was doing. He came back in. I blew my ghost trying to go in, and of how he's gonna backping me, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Whenever I was just playing stunning him on the outside. Then Elise does the same thing that Jax was doing. They both try to go in on me. I'm just turtling, berry forming around. This Elise doesn't really know how to use her repel. She's used it so many times just to as a Zonia's instead of an escape. So it's pretty interesting, and so I'm just gonna turn that on for a moment while we're talking. Oh yeah, also this is my utility. I actually started running a utility a little bit on Udyr, once they mentioned it on Reddit, and then literally a week after that, all of a sudden, Trick 2G started, using it and all that stuff. So I did not just copy it off of him, and he doesn't even use the Explorer Award, I don't think. I love the Explorer Award. Udyr can run utility just because he's such he's such a good jungler in the first place. He can take a lot, and deal a lot of damage and just clear the entire jungle. You notice I didn't even have a leash, and I was behind in time and everything, and I was still able to do the jungle just like as if I were to do a leash with any other character. I mean, I did come down on less health from pots and whatnot, but I mean, Udyr, he doesn't really even need it. So I went utility. It gives you that extra biscuit, which is sort of a little bit extra health and mana. And then the Explorer Ward. The Explorer Ward is beautiful for invades. It's beautiful for being defensive and watching your own buffs. You could, for instance, when you're playing against a Lee Sin, 60% of the time the Lee Sin's gonna invade your red buff at level 2. It's very often that happens. So what you do is you just take, your Explorer Ward, and you put it right there in that bush behind red buff at 130, and then you go and you do your buffs. And then whenever it comes around time for you to go to red, you'll see if he comes in and tries to invade you. Yeah, LeBlanc just stuck around too long, so the delayed stun just gave me a free kill from that. But so yeah, gonna push out this wave because, well, 1, free gold, 2, she loses gold, everybody wins here. I mean, I guess Malphite's gonna lose a little bit, but it's always better to push. But, you know, Elise is there because she's smart enough to, counter push it back. So, you know, it doesn't really matter because then now Malphite just has the light. So, you know, just go back to farming. A lot of Udyrs do not pick up a secondary offensive. I mean, I guess there's some builds where you can, like, there's the really offensive builds where you, like, max out both Phoenix and Tiger. My playstyle is just maxing out Phoenix. But I like to get an early Tiger stance because, for one, it's an extra offensive spell. And two, the attack speed, like, bonus carries over whenever you swap forms. You see the Tiger buff still going right now while I'm in Phoenix stance, which is more based on attack speed because it's every third hit. So I like doing that. I always like getting 1 point into the Tiger instead of putting just a whole extra point in Phoenix because I don't know, it might be worse, but I've enjoyed it so far, and I've had like ganks where someone's like, oh, we're not gonna get this guy, and then I literally like just straight up melt the person. They're like, I don't remember Udyr doing that much damage, and I'm like, oh, of course, it's because you never see Udyrs go Tiger and Phoenix early. It's just silly. So here I decided to take the red because I knew Elise was not there, and I knew the buff was coming up. Sadly, like, this Malphite just straight up kills himself, and then he'll, you know, get upset at me for not going straight for her instead of the buff, which I think is sort of dumb because the buff is like guaranteed. It is more like it's just a guaranteed buff. There's, you know, like, I know I'm gonna get it. That's it. I don't know I'm gonna get LeBlanc. I mean, the main reason I even got LeBlanc there was because she already blew everything she had, and she tower dove. So, like, she was just gonna be like, if I came in when she was full health and she hadn't dove him, like, she's LeBlanc. She's just gonna pop right out and then, you know, call it a day. And, like, so I in my judgment, say get red, kill her. Malphite could have survived and we could have killed her at the same time, but instead he chose to just suicide. But so I'm not even like, you know, not to mention, it's not even worth your time to answer those type of questions. Like, you know, he goes, man, she's so far pushed out. Why was red really worth it? If I go yes, or oh, did I say it? I did say it. Okay. Point is, if most of the time you really just, if someone's like, you know, trying to like start a fight and whatnot, you might as well not even respond to it because, like, you know, what good is it gonna do? You're not gonna enlighten somebody about their misjudgment. You know, like, most of the time people don't listen in soloQ, so it's like not even worth your time. I'm taking blue for one because I don't really trust this Malphite, and two, I always take early blues as a Udyr because Udyr likes to spam stance early, helps him clear waves, helps him, you know, clear the jungle and just do everything correctly. I'm missing some CS there, but I got everything else, so it's all good. So, like, I noticed LeBlanc's missing, so I just decided to push out the lane. And then looks Malphite's just like balls deep. But so now I know there's like 4 bots, so I have a choice to either go and help them out or push a lane. Helping them out, I wouldn't get there in time. It'd also be more risky because I could just die, where I can, you know, just push the tower instead. Not to mention they could have protected this tower, but it seems they just chose not to because I believe I do push this tower even though, like, I've been here forever. Oh yeah, it's because they try to push bot lane, like, in response. So I just took it because I know that they, you know, LeBlanc was nowhere near mid. And then she's like, LeBlanc's even auto-attacking the tower. It's pretty silly. And then, yeah, so, I mean, that's a free tower. I always like to take early towers. I don't know about everyone else. The Stemo doesn't. He likes to be shutting down someone when he's not really even shutting them down. And you'll notice throughout the game, he dies. He only likes to push top. He doesn't like to do anything else, and he'll die a lot. So it's pretty silly. But yeah, I always think that taking a tower is just important. I don't know why I didn't like just stun him and then go turtle. That was like just a bad play. But anyways, so, you know, I got the free kill on him, dropping the wards to see if anyone comes in, you know, comes in from behind us. And then, like, I go start, like, killing the tower, and he starts freaking out, like, beep, beep, ping, 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 stop. And I'm like, I didn't want to just kill it, like, because he was gonna be, like, raging. And I don't want to deal with the ragers, because ragers are, like, one of the worst things you can get, because they can start becoming extremely toxic, or you know, just like feeding or whatever they be doing. You don't want to deal with that. Now, of course, you should take other things. Like, you know, don't let them make just really stupid decisions. Here, I let it through just because it's his lane, and I got the tower like decently low, so we could push it whenever. But again, personally, I think taking a tower early is always the best choice, just because it's free gold for the entire team. Like, why wouldn't you take it? I mean, there's some instances where you are like, you know, straight up shutting that player out. And I'm sorry, I'm not like talking to my mic, so I'm probably like been quiet this entire time. But there's probably times where you've been like, you know, shutting that player out, and then, you know, you can, you know, pretty much take advantage of them by just not pushing down the tower and just forcing them to deal with you. And I like personally, I think a smarter player would just instead, you know, push the tower out, and then drop a ward deep in their jungle and keep pushing it out and keep putting that person, you know, down, and keep just giving them pressure. You have to, if you force the jungle to go to the lane that is losing hard, you're doing your job. You're really doing your job, because honestly, like, I've had arguments with these people on YouTube like crazy. Everyone thinks that you need to go help a lane. There are cases that could be true, but generally you want to just go for what you know, that's less risky. If you go to a lane that like is fed, like right now I haven't really gotten bot at all. Mostly that's due to bot always being like warded though. But like now, if I go to bot, like I pretty much just increase the chances of getting them a triple instead of just a double, because if I remember correctly, Draven's really far ahead, and like, you know, fed Draven early is not something you really want to try to deal with. I mean, you want to try to deal with it, but it's not something you really are going to, you know, be successful with. So, cough's coming. I'm just gonna take a drink quick. Oh, here's yeah, we can easily set up a fight, but then oh yeah, there's 3 of them, so we can't. I think I straight up dive, and I was able to pick up a kill, or maybe not. I didn't want to go too deep, and I backed off. But then Malphite comes and saves the day, so we were able to just take them all up, and just pick up the kills. And yeah, you know, just keep using that. When you play Udyr, just keep using that turtle stance. It is what makes you that tanky. It makes you so freaking tanky. I mean, he has some base stats, you know, that are help him be that tanky, but that turtle stance, if you just spread out the damage between a bunch of turtle stance shields, like, they'll just feel like you're the tankiest thing ever. Here we can't let Draven pop his axe on us because he'd just catch up and kill us, so we're backing up. Sorry, it's nasty. Oops. Yeah, so like, again, this quality's probably gonna be really low. Like, I don't know. I've only gotten to play 4 games in totality since I got back Monday. I got caught in a 6-hour. I can't even think of the word for it. I was stuck in Dallas, Fort Worth for 6 hours. It was pretty silly. Here I, you know, got out by the skin of my teeth. I wanted to help out Timo, but I was just gonna kill myself. They were smart not to walk in the bush, because he would have probably gotten a double, or at least one of them. So like, we went way too deep in that, and that was our mistake. 1 second. These coughs, man. Okay, so haven't really been speaking much of my mistakes. I need to watch those more, because it's the main point of these. For one, they help me to become a better player. You guys become a better player, and you know, not to mention I have some fun with it because I enjoy doing this. So right now I'm just gonna pick up blue. I don't really want to give Malphite blue because he's just behind, and you know, he's also not really a carry. He's not really making much plays, so I'd rather pick it up for myself. You know, it's greedy. I've become a greedy jungler. So This Teemo's being a little ridiculous with how much he just like doesn't want top to be pushed. Here I am. We're just shoving the lane. Now I have to go defend mid because we don't want to lose to take a free tower, and we see Janna, so we definitely have to protect that. Now we have 3 mid, so we need to get everyone in there and protect the tower. So we straight up just wombo combo him. He's down for the count thanks to Ezrabar ult. And then, we can just straight up like stun CC lock these people. And 1 second, I think that was my actual ventrilo. So I'm gonna just go into AFK for now, and I'll talk to my friend later. Oops, okay, my bad. Anyways, so yeah, Teemo, he's still dying top. Okay, like when you're doing these split pushing strats, the point of them is to cause pressure. Like you're forcing them to deal with you, but you don't want to be dealt with. Like that's why like AP Tryndamere was so retardedly broken. I don't know if you guys were around when AP Tryndamere was around, but AP Tryndamere, the whole point of it was when he spun, he did a whole 1.0 on his AP ratio, and then whenever he healed for a ton or something like that. So basically, he could never like get low just by spamming his Q, and then he would just spin around, walls when everyone would come for him, and then he would free push towers. So he would go and push top and push top and push top, and then you'd make someone come up and try to deal with them. They couldn't because they could not beat his sustain and lane and all that stuff. So he would just either kill them or force them to just sit back and wait. And then whenever he would have more than one person come to deal with him, he would just spin over the wall. That's the type of split pushing you want. You don't want to only split push and then every single time they decide to deal with you, die. That is not what you want with split pushing, and it seems like to be a misconception for a lot of split pushers, because they think their team is the ones that are like the ones that have to make the plays, whenever that's not true. Like your teammates are not the ones that have to make the plays. Like when people are split pushing, I mean you're like 100% like pretty much doing your own plays, because that's just why. Yeah, this was a bad engagement. Like Leona went way too deep on those 3, and then like it forced us like to like back off of Ezreal, and he cannot deal with Jax. Jax is just, Jax. The reason I was making those movements because I was trying to avoid the stun from Elise. He just got dodged with skill shots. Trying to get that stun on freaking him, but it was hard. And then I had to back off here because I was in that fight. I believe I still died though. So. But yeah, and also LeBlanc is like. LeBlanc and Lux and any like character basically that either has a dash mixed with a snare or a slow mixed with a snare, like basically snares in general just mess up Udyr. So it's hard to chase those type of people because they can just spam it on you. It doesn't help that I don't have my Boots of Swiftness. I don't know why I didn't buy Boots of Swiftness this game. Well, I actually know I know why, because Draven's ahead and there's a Jax on the team, so I was trying to focus a little bit more on magic resist with the. Well, I didn't really focus too much, but I rushed that bulwark because of how much magic damage they had with LeBlanc, etc. But yeah, bulwark's really good, and Riot knows it, and they're actually removing it now. It's gonna be Aegis. It's gonna upgrade into Locket. So use bulwark while you still can, guys. But yeah. So like right now, like you guys just look for what you can do. For instance, right now we're 12 and they're 24. I believe we have about the same amount of objectives except for dragons. Actually no, we're winning in towers and we're just protecting it right now. Malphite got horribly caught out. Can't let that happen. Like, we had a tower right there, and he got himself caught by a stun outside the tower. And then, like any other solo queuer, he'll go to start blaming someone else while he's dead. None of this is Teemo's fault. We should just be defending while Teemo is pushing. And, I mean, Teemo shouldn't really be pushing as much because he's not good at it. But, you know, what can you do? I don't know what this LeBlanc was doing. Oh, no, that was the Mimic, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I'm, like, slightly paying attention. Okay, man, my nose is, like, really stocked up. Okay, so here, we're still just trying to keep their attention, prevent them from backing so Teemo can keep applying pressure top. The longer we keep him in mid lane, the more damage he can do to the tower, the more he can push. So we're just like, you know, sitting here, keeping their attention, trying to get them to come back up on us or just stand around. So, like, see, Teemo got tower, but then Draven was there. But that allowed us to, you know, pull off this fight too, so it's not really that bad. And, like, you see what I mean about this leash? She just doesn't know when to repel. But, like, it seems Wraiths were up. She could have, you know, repelled to Wraiths. She could have gotten closer to Wolves and repelled to them. She doesn't really like to effectively use it. But, so yeah, we're really ahead now. We were able to just tower dive and get that. Now we can take the free tower because all there is left to defend is Draven. Here, I believe they go really deep on Draven. Like, I have no freaking mana, and the only reason I'm going in is because I know that Malphite can't 1v1 him. And so, what do you know? He can't. So here, I juke him out and try to get him to believe I was going towards that tower. So he backed off, and I was able to just take a, you know, tower shot with a shield and turtle. Yeah, definitely make sure that you know those trees in the base, they actually prevent line of sight. A lot of people don't notice it. Like, you see, if you look back at the base and top purple, see behind the trees right there in the corner, you know, between the two towers, you don't have sight of that. So when you're in there, you can make use of that and, like, juke people and stuff like that. Yeah, and that dive was just really bad. We could have, like, pushed an entire extra tower probably, but instead they decided to tower dive a Draven. Sorry. And so, you know, there's that. I would wait until I was better to, you know, do one of these commentaries so you guys have to hear all this. But, I think people are getting a little impatient also. I sort of had to just need to update something because I haven't done something in like 3 weeks. The last thing I did was that Lulu one that was literally right before I left for El Salvador because I was in El Salvador for 10 days. And then I was in Dallas for like 2 days. Yeah. Well, 3 technically from when I was coming back. That was just bad of me. I shouldn't have like gone in there and got caught. Yeah, Malphite either should have used his ult to escape or not use it at all. It was pointless just to bounce him up because now he doesn't have it when he revives. So, right now, 6-3 and 7. I'm doing pretty good, but of course, you know, I can prevent those deaths though. Most of those deaths, I believe, were actually pretty dumb, if I can remember correctly. But it's good that Udyr is really good at not dying, though. So I'm going for the Wits End because I still want that magic resist because how much they have, like, they have Elise, they have Jax, which also has magic damage, so I think he's building an AD build. But then they have LeBlanc, so they have a double AP anyways. So I just wanted to build that Wits End because I also love Wits End on Udyr. Wits End's a great item now because it steals magic resist, which means you do more damage as Phoenix. So yeah, it's really good. Here we're just, I was just like, you know, trying to get him off a dragon and stuff like that. Not actually really trying to kill anybody, just distract him. Yeah, we lost dragon. They were able to group up. They're grouping up a lot more than us, so it's really putting us behind, especially with Teemo split pushing and not being good at it. So it's really rough. The reason why I'm spamming the back button on him is because, like, you saw that little block. She went in just to get the snare so that they could kill him, which they definitely could have, you know, if she had actually gotten it. So just like you don't want to get caught out because if you make the game a 4v5 or 3v5, etc., you know, it's just putting you further behind. Here we're just creating pressure by not letting them back, but going in. I believe that, you know, that they got Elise, and I think he does, but here I wanted to get LeBlanc. Then Jax pretty much just kills her. Like, I couldn't do anything about that. And like I said, LeBlanc is not easy to kill as Udyr. You need a dash against LeBlanc just because, you know, of her thing, and Udyr just he just has such a hard time with snares. It's not even funny. I probably maybe even should have gone Mercury Treads just because of how much magic damage they have, but nah, I actually think the Ninja Tabby were a much better choice. Or I could have maybe got Boots of Swiftness, but I think the Ninja Tabby with how many auto attackers they got was a necessary choice. Here I was able to just tank. I'm just tanking, you know, backing in and out with my bear and turtle form. Your bear and turtle form is just like basically your defensive stances. You stun them, and then whenever they're unstunned, you go turtle. And then when you know, come out of that, you go in bear form, try to stun them again, or, you know, just you turtle again, or get your damage in, whatever it may be. And, yeah, this Malphite's just a whiner. So, 6-3-8, still keeping the score up. It's not bad. By the way, guys, make sure you guys can, like, feel free to just comment, you know, in the videos. If you have any questions about anything, I don't even care. Like, you could Twitter me, you can use a nook.com to message me. I have a blog on there. Just, I don't even really use it too often, but I mean, if you message me there, I will see it. I try to check all these things. So Twitter, Nook. I even have a Facebook. That one, I don't really have a direct notification, so it's a little bit harder, but I'd use it anyways. And I try to answer everything that comes through. So if you guys think something's not up to par, or you think that I should, you know, be uploading more, quicker, faster, more often, just please say so. That was pretty unfortunate. Like the fact that he just died there. He didn't need to die, but like Draven got a pretty nice last auto attack off on him. But no, though, it was mostly my fault. I don't really have any map awareness right now. Because, you know, having not played like in 13 days, and then I'm also sick at the same time, I'm not playing at my best. So you might notice I'll make a lot of like bad map awareness decisions, which also becomes, you know, it just becomes map awareness is definitely key though, especially if you're in silver, you want gold. One of the biggest things, or in bronze even, bronze and silver. One of the biggest things is just have map awareness. It will win you games if you know where everything's going on just because you're watching the map. Those silly repels. She could even repel to red or golems down there. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Like, I mean, she could make an attempt to repel to something, not just sit there and wait. So, I got the free red. And this is where we should have left. But Malphite kept fighting whenever we know that Draven's there, and then like Leona goes in, he flashes out and then comes back in, he runs back out and in. I'm just trying to like get them off of them, and I, you know, tank it, and I guess they think they're fighting. So Malphite dies. I try to like, you know, help him out, and I die, and then Azrael dies, and like, you know, you can see me freak out, like, because the entire time all I was trying to do was disengage, and I guess they mistook it for an engage or something like that, because we weren't going to win that fight even if I like full on engaged in the first place. Ew. Anyway, so yeah, that was like really bad. Like, everyone should have just left when they had the chance. We had a red, we won the trade just by stealing a buff. We should have gone. Instead, we let them kill, what, 4 of us, and then take a free tower and an inhibitor. Oh yeah, then there's Teemo doing a split pushing and losing still because he's so far behind. You know, it's pretty tough. Now I got my wits in. Lots of damage, tons of damage even. But I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I just need to. How much longer do we have? We have. Why won't my thing show me? Okay. Holy cow, yeah, we have an extra 15 minutes. This was a long game. So, I don't know, I'm going to mute my microphone for a bit. Or, you know what, never mind. I'll just tough through it. I'm sorry. Okay. So here, I don't even know what they're doing. Like, oh yeah, my game just randomly tabbed out. That was worrisome. Oh, he was just checking whether or not they were starting Baron. Here, we were able to get free initiate on Elise. She doesn't even have flash. She acted like she did. And now that they're down one, we can just straight up fight. Straight up just, you know, win the fight. I'm not really too worried about just, you know, focusing Jax is just important because he's the one doing a lot of the damage. And now we can just clean up. It's all good. It's like once you like Leona was smart in the fact that she cleared out the wards and allowed us to bait. I don't know what just happened there. That really confused me. Like she was over there. I guess her W was still up and she was spamming it when she came back from her Guardian's Angel, so it just seemed like she spawned from where she had originally died. I don't know. Anyways, just doing the Baron because we're not going to be able to push anything. Everything's pushed, you know, in all of our lanes, so might as well take something that we can, you know. I don't know what Malphite's doing. He sticks around, and I think he even sticks around longer and gets caught. Like, yeah, he's just sitting there and he's killing. We have you have a Baron buff. Like, why would you, you know, like sit around and allow people to initiate on you? Whenever your ahead is, you know, already, why would you make that mistake? Like, you're not full health, you're not gonna, like, he has nothing to gain by standing there other than, like, 60 gold for minions. So I'm, like, upset here. Sorry? Oh, man, this is so nasty. I just really gotta need a napkin so bad. Sorry if you hear this, I'm gonna mute it real quick. Much better. Sorry about that. Anyways. So here, we know that they're all focusing top, so we're just trying to kill minions and push them off of it. You know, we don't want them to have a free tower. I dropped the ward over for vision because, you know, it's smart to see if they can come or they're coming around. I tried to... You can set wards over walls like that as long as you click them within your radius, and they just work like as if you were to use a flash. They pop over to the other side. Here they go really deep, even though their team's pretty split up. So we're able to just focus Jax, finish him off, and then I go straight for Draven because I know he's the high priority target right now. I wanted to get rid of Jax because I didn't want him to dive or carry. And now we're pretty much set. I can just spam turtle stance and bear stance and just chase every single person down that I can. Here I'm running zigzag just so that, you know, I can dodge the stun that comes from Elise and then guarantee that she's dead, which Ezreal did, of course. Oh, this skin is so cool. I love it, dude. I'm so glad I had the RP waiting. Okay, so here I knew that Teemo had been pushing the tower because he's been dying there all game long. So I knew I didn't know the exact amount of damage, but I knew it had damage on it. I knew that, you know, we could do something, so I knew we could just backdoor, and so that's what we did. We backdoor, tower inhibitor. We don't even have minions pushed out. Good job. Here, you know, you got to get out when people are spawning, because, you know, you think you could just outrun them, but home guard sort of changes that nowadays. So if you get caught out due to home guard, you really shouldn't. I sort of don't like how they were just like backing in the middle of nowhere because they could still get caught out. I was further away from the base, so a home guard wasn't really going to be a big deal there. I could just run away. I could have gone with the oracles, but I know that Baron is down because we still have it, of course. So, you know, clearing wards is not as big whenever Baron's already down, and not to mention Leona still has her oracles, so I just went sight. So I bought a bunch of wards. Checking for buffs, etc., etc. Here, like it was just ridiculous. I did not know they had much CC. He played the Rune King me. I got stunned, I got snared, I got knocked back, and I died. So this was my mistake. And luckily my team was not like every other solo queue team I play with and just straight up throws it right here. Because this is critical right here. They're gonna take the inhibitor, which is pretty much guaranteed, and if they don't, they just made a mistake. because it's 5v4. Wait, where's the 5th? Okay, there's Elise. So, yeah, it seems like, you know, she goes a little deep, and then Draven runs to the front as the AD carry of all things you would do. Then, yeah, I mean, Jack's straight up, like, soloing the fight and said, oh, okay, it doesn't matter because Ezrabar went way too deep. You should have just stacked back and kept throwing mystic shots. So he's going to make it. And then, see, I don't even notice Janna. Like, I'm just, like, sitting there. I'm, like, buying things. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait, look, there she is. Free kill. Yeah, I took the kill. Here, try to save her. Can't really do much about it with the Q lunge. I actually could have probably stood in her way. But, I know, I didn't think about that. Just auto-attacking. So, now, we, I believe we have more. No, we don't. Okay, we don't have any. Everyone died except for Malphite. So, we're gonna go check Dragon. I believe Dragon's down, though, still. Make sure to keep your timers on the big, you know, on Baron at least. You know, Dragon, it's nice to keep on the, timer on it throughout the game. I wasn't on that this game. I was checking if red was up. Here I'm setting wards up so that we can push bottom. Because, you know, if someone tries to come jungle, we can see them. You can create a counter gank, etc., etc. So, here, I don't even know. I'm just, like, clearing farm, and I was going to push out mid, and then I see the LeBlanc fighting. And here's another example why just chasing LeBlanc doesn't work. I'm, like, got ghosts. I'm, like, running at, like, 577 move speed. Can't catch up with her because her stupid Rylai's. And her stupid slow, and her stupid snare, and her stupid dash. It is not fun. Here, we're not leaving. We're just going to keep creating pressure. Force them to stay here. You know, just clear out the minions. Don't want to start a fight. We don't want to start. Especially when it's 4v5, I think, right now. We got to wait for Leona to come down. So, these guys got to be very careful not to get caught out. We, yeah, so, like, remember the timer I just pulled out on Baron? We want to set up for it. So, we're going to have someone, you know, pushing the middle lane out because that's important. We can't have middle lane pushing our inhibitor tower. I mean, our Nexus towers whenever they're doing Baron. That's just no bueno. So, Leona's going in, I think, with the Oracle, and she's going to clear all the wards. And then Ezrabar and I are going to go in there and clear out all the minions. So, yeah, you got to make sure you got to keep those things on your mind, because if you just like go and you start trying to take objectives whenever you have lanes pushing, you're gonna probably might lose a tower, and you don't want to have 2 inhibitors down. That's really bad, because that almost like, you know, it almost pretty much means you're gonna lose. And when you lose 3, like, it's a 95% chance you're probably gonna lose. Like, it's just way too much pressure on you to be able to make plays. Well, 1's okay. One's you know, doable. Here we see that he's backing. We don't want him to back. We want to either start the fight or just continue to waste their time. And here they completely back off. So we're gonna go and try to do Baron because they don't have vision. They don't have any vision. We know this for a fact because Leona went through. So now that they see that we're all backing out and they don't know where like half the team is, Leona or Janna, I think, like, tries to come in, tries to drop a ward. And now we see that the whole team's finally coming in. You don't want to continue killing Baron during a team fight. That will definitely spell your doom. Here, Malphite gets a beautiful, beautiful initiation, and then we're just able to clean up. Not particularly completely clean up, but it works out. Here, I just chase out Dre and make sure he's dead. And now, we're good, pretty much. See here, I thought that she might spawn like she did earlier. She didn't. So I messed that up, like, I failed it. And Ezreal just straight up just goes all in for it whenever. I'm pretty sure she used her W and went back over the wall. Which we should just be ending the game right now. Like, they have like 25 seconds on the next person. And that's plenty of time to take out at least a tower or 2, or, you know, just take objectives. Like, why do you need to chase somebody when you're not even catching? Because she's right here now. See, we could have maybe caught her. If I had continued to chase her, but like, why would I do that whenever we can take an inhibitor? I'm pretty sure an inhibitor is a lot more important than killing a single champion. Here, I don't want to go down there and push towers because it just seems like we're going to set ourselves up for home guard, a home guard fight. I thought they might come in eventually. They didn't. Here comes Jax with his home guard, I believe. Yeah, he comes flying in. At least I was able to save Leona. Try to juke him. Doesn't really happen. But we take another inhibitor tower, so now we can easily backdoor that whenever we like. So, anyways, how much longer? Sorry, I'm just like out of it. Okay. We have 4 more minutes. 9, 6, 18. It's okay spread. And, alright, so it's 39.50. We definitely have been getting the objectives, though, so it's keeping us in the game. I don't know where our farm's at all right now. My farm's pretty pitiful. I've just been running around like crazy. Generally, as a jungler, I think, like, you at least, like, at the least amount, you want to try to stick around 50% of the game's time. I mean, you don't have to, though. You can be like a gank-centric, jungler, and do other things like that and stuff like that. But so since I'm dead, they know they can take Baron. What I mean by no contesting is I didn't want them to like go in and fight it, but I wanted them to at least like try to scare them off of it, or just like throw out some skill shots, etc., etc. But I'm glad they didn't, because most likely they would have gotten caught, which would have actually straight up lost this game here. Here, this is the game of throws right now. This is not League of Legends. This is League of Throws. The first person to throw loses at this point of the game. So right here, we just have to defend. All we have to do is not fight. All we have to do is just poke them, wipe out the minions, hold the inhibitor. It's pretty important, because we don't want to really fight them when they have Baron, because we're behind. So here we notice they're backing off. They're wanting to defend the towers. My notes, I'm sorry. But anyways, we know that they want to defend the tower, so what we're doing right here is that we're preventing them from backing. We're putting pressure on them, forcing them to split up, and not allowing them to back to the base. So they're actually losing pressure across the map right now due to this, and we're sort of messed up because they're getting pushed in on their Nexus towers. They completely back up this tower, so we get a free tower because of it. And now we're gonna push the last inhibitor tower, and see they're all killing the minions. They're not even trying to focus on defending. They really should have at least thrown a person or two to go here and stop us, but they didn't. That was their throw. Here we didn't really want to start a fight because they have Baron, but we had a wombo combo team, so it was sort of fine. That was a beautifully executed Janna ult. Here I am. I'm just like sort of pushing Draven in and out of the fight, and I just turn around and kill Jax. I know that we can, and now that's all over with. Now they're dead, and the game's over. I was just killing the inhibitor because I can. Like, we already won. It doesn't matter what I do because we win. So yeah, like, we were really behind this entire game. So that goes to show you, like, you can still make a large difference, and just by taking objectives and stuff like that. I mean, I believe I was just watching a game, just like it was CLG versus Velocity, just like literally an hour and a half ago when this game was playing. I was actually playing that. No, I was playing that in the background the game before this, I guess. And like, Velocity was ahead by like 13. It's like 13-2 or something silly like that. But CLG had as much gold just from objectives. So it just goes to show you how important objectives are in this game. And you'll notice a lot of bronze, silver players will focus so much on kills. It's not it doesn't really work out too much for them. So you just gotta find a good balance. Of course, you can't just feed and then try to take objectives because you're not gonna be able to. Anyways, I'm ranting too much, and you know I'm still sick. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. That was Spirit Guard Udyr skin. So I did just recently upload a Udyr game, but I'm not really like branching out much because I'm not even playing that many games. I played 4 games since I got back Monday. Not so great. So hope you guys enjoyed and see you later. Oh wait, still not going? Alright, bye.